Happy New Year, everyone. It is January 1st. I am at Willoughby Spit, which is the very northern end of Norfolk. This is about 30 minutes from where I live. And the highway goes right by here, so I apologize for the noise. But we're going to get the year started with a paddle. This is somewhere I have not put in before. I've put in on the ocean side here, but not here on the sound side. Conditions are absolutely perfect. There's a little bit of wind. It's someplace I haven't paddled before. It's a great way to start off the new year. So let's go. Okay, so if you're like me, you are already sick of the videos talking about, hey, this is how to make 2023 a great year. I think I'm just gonna sort of lay out what I have planned for 2023. I have a lot of things up in the air. I've got plans. I don't know that they're all gonna happen, but I am not here to tell you sort of how to make 2023 the year you always wanted it to be, other than to say you should probably go paddling more, because we should all go paddling more. So I'll tell you what I have to do. I have to get the roof of this van clean, because this van is a mess. Well, the roof of it's a mess. Oh yeah, a lot of water. So the first thing, sort of the plan for the year, is every year, if you've been here before, you know that every year I pick a word for the year. Last year's was the Latin for fortune favors the bold. This year's is flow, and that will make sense soon. So the first thing on my list that is really going to affect a bunch of other things is I'd like to work for Knowles Expeditions. That was why I did the trip in May up to Alaska to get checked out for those trips. And so the word of the year is flow. Last year it was fortune favors the bold. It was a bold year. I got a lot done. This year it's flow because there is a lot up in the air. For instance, I really should have brought sunglasses today. I would like to be working a Knowles Expedition kayaking course. I've done a work request, and it's why I did the kayaking seminar last year after not getting chosen to be a sailing instructor. You can see those videos over here. They offered me work as a kayak instructor, which I jumped at, and left there feeling very confident that I had a work offer coming. They were really happy with my paddling and my teaching and everything, so super confident. And then I found out about a month and a half later that they were having a kayak instructor course in addition to the seminar, which tells me there's going to be a lot of competition for slots this summer. And I suspect I am lower priority than some people. So that's a maybe. Have to go with the flow. The other big thing that I would like to do is to drive up the coast all the way to Labrador. I've got a big trip planned. That's going to depend on a Knowles work offer as well as some other things. So that's a maybe. Another thing that's on the list is that last year I taught 17 wilderness first aid courses. This year I would like to do 18. I lost a month and change, a month and a half to nannying last year. This year I'm losing a month right off the bat because I'm going to Norway in February. I don't know that I will be able to paddle when I'm there, but I'm working on it. Hey, if you're in Norway, Trondheim, and can help me paddle in February, let me know. I'm gonna bring a dry suit, I think, just in case. So I'd like to teach 18, but losing a month is gonna make that hard. And then if I do a multi-month driving trip or a month-long Knowles course, it's gonna be tough on top of Norway. So I'm not sure I'm gonna get that done. So maybe. Another big one for me on a personal level is I'd like to get better at shooting videos that are not about instruction, but videos that tell a story. And so that is something I'm going to work on. I've done videos like that before. They generally don't do as well as the instructional stuff, and I'd like those to do better. Like, for example, the Knowles kayaking seminar course that I did, that video didn't do amazingly well compared to something like understanding what rocker in your kayak does. And I'd like both of them to do well. And I think what that means is I have to get better at telling that story. That's something I'm working on and will continue to work on as the year progresses. And I think Norway will be a good point of practice for that, because I'd still like to make that trip. Even if I don't paddle, I'd like to make it have sort of paddling undertones, or at least marine/adventure undertones, and tell that story. So that's something I'm working on. The other big goal, and it's really big, is really out of my hands, is I'd like to hit 5,000 subscribers. I'm at 1,700. So that's a long way to go, and I don't really control that other than doing what I'm already doing, which is posting regularly and working on my content and things like that. You can help me with that by hitting subscribe. I know that about 80% of my viewers are not actually subscribed. So do me a favor, hit that little button right over there, and that would help me out a lot. And so maybe is the theme. The other thing that I would like to do, I realize that there is not a great practical guide to kayak navigation. There are kayak navigation books. They tend to use more practice from the sailing world, which here is not real practical. And so I'd like to translate what I sort of teach students when I teach that in classes and on the water into book form. But it's going to be a lot of work. So maybe. I think I actually don't like paddling up here all that much. It's very industrial. There's lots of work going on. Constantly getting buzzed by like Navy helicopters and such. So I'm glad I paddled here. I might do it one more time, but not my first choice. This is a great example of the difficulty of dressing for immersion. This water is about 60 degrees, very cold. The air temperature right now is about 60 degrees, very warm for a dry suit. I will say it's, even though this is just a marina, it's really laid out well for kayaks. The actual ramps are sand. There's even a little one over there if these ramps are busy. In that sense, it's a good place. But the paddling, just so safe. that's my plan for 2023. And we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to go with the flow because a lot of things are maybes, and we'll just sort of have to see how it plays out. So hit like and subscribe. Have a great new year.